Hello Super Sentai fans and welcome back to Project Unlock. So today is an episode that's kind of like pretty much almost all of the Memorial ones so far, or at least definitely like the last time a Memorial set came out, which was the After Gokai set, and that's because we have a very awesome box here today. I'm very excited, and I probably should have had it closer to the computer. But we have a box from Toy Collectibles, which you probably already know what this is going to be from the thumbnail and also based off of just what has released recently. So this should be my Memorial Edition Gokai Cellular. So I'm so excited for this. So this got announced back in February, so it's definitely been up for pre-order for a pretty good amount of time. And this was something that I was very excited to see get a Memorial Edition. I mean, I was excited for the Mabirates, of course, but the Gokai Cellular really needed an upgrade, so very excited that it finally got one. So, yep, this arrived today, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up and get my first impressions of it here on camera. This is not going to be the like proper review of it or anything like that. That would be probably like tomorrow's video, but yeah, let's go on and get into it. But before I cut into it here, as you can see, Toy Collectibles has their Geats tape going on right now. So this is the first time I've gotten a Geats taped packaging. So it has the logo for the Desire Grand Prix, it has the Geats ID core, and it has Geats. Is that his entire base form? Yeah, Magnum Boost right there. So that's really cool. I really like that a lot. So I'm going to have it facing this way so I don't show my address. Even though it's just the address for the dorm, but I still don't want that to get, you know, doesn't need to be leaked. So here it is. Alright. So as you can see, it says Gokai Cellular Memorial Edition. It's not as fancy of a brown box from Premium Bandai as like the Mabirates was, or the 35 red set, or I think even After Gokai. I've threw all those boxes out at this point. Not the actual product boxes, but the Premium Bandai shipper boxes, because we don't really care about those. It's just a brown box, you know. So I will say that this entire box is a little, I guess, thinner than I was expecting it to be. Kind of just as a comparison, as the audio is going to get worse here. It's sort of similar. I have them all here. It's alright, it's a little bit bigger. This is the 35 red key set, which is getting cut out of the frame right now. But it's a little bit taller than that by a smidge, as I'm knocking over my Zenitsu sword back there. But yeah, that's a pretty decent comparison right there. So let's go ahead and open it up. So this comes with, is it five Ranger keys? 6 Ranger keys? I think it's 6 Ranger keys actually, isn't it? I don't remember anymore. No, it's definitely 6 or 5. I forget how numbers work. Alright, so I thought I had it. I do not have it. Alright. Man, this is going well today. Okay, so I'm very tired. It's been a long week of school. Alright. Okay, so here it is. As you can see, kind of. It's still wrapped in tissue paper, which I'm just going to rip right through, because I don't care about the tissue paper. Yeah. That is so pretty. Look at this. Here it is. The Memorial Edition Gokai Cellular. So just like, as I should probably show off with it. So here is, in comparison, this box is huge. So this is the Mabirates box, which very big. So in comparison to that, it's very similar in style. So it has Gokai Silver there. I'm looking at the computer screen to kind of make sure they're both sort of in frame here. So we have Gokai Silver holding the Cellular, just as we had Gokai Red holding the Mabirates. So that is 2 of those sets. But you know, obviously still sticking with the same theme of the Memorial Edition, and I will show off this box a little bit better in the actual review. This is just sort of the unboxing and first impressions. So as you can see, we have the new Bandai Namco logo on there, which has been... How recently was that? It was only a couple months ago that they changed their logo to that. I know it's like that on the Desire driver, and I'm trying to think of like other like Bandai Japan related stuff I would have gotten recently that would have had that logo. But that is that. So I'm looking at the back here. It shows the Gokai Cellular on its stand, which is included. It shows that just like the Mabirates, it has a background music button and a Guy voice phrase button. And it comes with the 6 keys that it does come with, which, yeah, it's definitely 6 keys. I don't know why earlier I couldn't think of how numbers worked, but it's definitely 6 keys. So you get Gokai Silver, Time Fire, Aberray Killer, Dragon Ranger, the Gokai, or the Gold Anchor Key, and 2 Kaiser, which you can see all 6 of which on the side here, looking absolutely gorgeous. And on the other side, you have the Gokai Cellular on the bottom. It just has, you know, caution stuff, warning stuff, that kind of fun stuff. And then at the top, it says Gokai Cellular Memorial Edition. So let's go ahead and open it, but I knocked the cutters onto the floor, so I'm going to pick those up now. I think it already has, it's so pretty, it's so pretty. It already has batteries inside, I think, which is something that I'm somewhat concerned about, which I'll get to in a second. But here is the user manual. So just like the Mobiles, it has, I think, even the 35 red. I think all of these have had this actually, but it's just it's styled after like a wanted poster, so that's always been really fun, and I like that quite a bit. This will kind of just go over. It's a relatively thick manual for a toy that you probably know how to use already, but it probably just goes over the like hundreds of voice phrases in here from Guy and that kind of stuff. Actually, we'll open that very briefly here to take a look at that. Because I know there's like just like the Mobiles, there's like different modes and everything. A lot of this is very similar to the Mobiles, and I want to get this out while I have it sitting here. This is the original Gokai Cellular, which I will be comparing it to in my review. But this is the original one from 2011, which I brought up to the dorm for this very reason. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it just shows you how to use the cellular. It shows you how to put the stand in. It shows you how to put a ranger key in the toy. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory stuff. It shows you that the codes, or some of the codes, still work in this thing, which is pretty cool. Which were things that were present in the original Mobiles, or the original Cellular. That, or I guess technically, yeah, they both have codes. But yeah, nice little user manual there. And then you have two little trays, just like the Mobiles did, where you had like the tray for the stand and the tray for the actual changer itself. So here is, oh, okay, so this also has the gold anchor key. So here's the tray, the bottom tray has the gold anchor key, and it has the actual stand, which looks virtually identical to the one that the Mobiles came with in terms of like the bottom of the stand. It probably is the same exact thing. My Mobiles is still in its box, or it's back in its box at least I should say. So we have the Gokaiger logo bottom of the stand, and then this piece is obviously new. This is the adapter piece for the cellular itself, which, wow, my hair is just going all over the place today. But yeah, this is, whoa, what is that little strand doing? But yeah, this is the actual adapter for the Gokai Cellular itself, which is, you know, it's nice, but it's going to be pretty much useless once the Squeaker unit comes out, which has its own adapter for this particular stand, which we'll get to in January. And then the last thing in the bottom tray is the gold anchor key. And I've had definitely my fair share of gold anchor keys over the years. I have way too many gold anchor keys, I would say. If you've seen Project Unlock episodes in the past, I have, I think, every version I can possibly get of it. But this is the most metallic version of the gold anchor key. There's no screw holes on the back or anything like that. These are not a rubber anymore. These are actual solid plastic, so you could definitely snap these off now, which you really couldn't before, so just be careful with that. But everything is still raised. All the helmets are still nicely raised. It's a very, very pretty rendition of the gold anchor key, but definitely probably the most show-accurate version of it that we've had thus far, which I would expect from a Memorial Edition item. That's kind of the point of these things. So there's that. And then I've delayed it long enough. Here is the cellular with the 5 regular Ranger keys that you get with this thing. So absolutely incredible. Since it's a Memorial Edition, all of the keys don't have any copyright information on them or anything like that, so which is really nice. And also, while I'm taking everything out here, in case you're curious about the key counter thing, the key counter will not change this episode because I have, ever since this has been up for pre-order, I have added these keys into my key counter total. So I've had these added to the key counter since like February, which is when this went up for pre-order. This is very loud. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the key counter total is not changing today because these 6 keys have always been part of it, but that is absolutely gorgeous. It's a metallic Gokai silver key. Wow, that looks so good. It's not going to come across nicely on this camera. This will be for the actual review camera, but like, look at that. It's so, so nice. And of course, since it's a Memorial Edition key, they auto flip now. Wow, I really, really like that. So we have Gokai Silver. And then we have Dragon Ranger, which looks pretty much just as good as his original version did. Back from when it released with the deluxe Gokai Spear. But of course, these all auto flip now. This is the first time that Time Fire has ever gotten a deluxe key. His arm is a little out further than it should be, but that's kind of been happening somewhat, not frequently, but like it happens a couple times with these Memorial Edition keys. But also my Time Fire's helmet is like slightly lopsided, but that's fine. Also the black paint application on his arm is very splotchy, which you're not really going to be able to check that whatsoever, but that, like I said, that'll be another thing in the review. So that's kind of interesting. But the highest version of Time Fire ever released in the past was the Candy Toy version of it. So first time we've had a nice deluxe version of Time Fire. And then Gokai Killer, we had a deluxe version of him back in the day. So actually, during Go Busters, actually, is when we got a more proper deluxe version of it in the Legend Sentai key set line. But there is Gokai Killer. And then the key, besides the metallic Gokai Silver that I'm the most hyped for in this set, is the brand new Ranger key in the set, which is, of course, Gokaiger, which we can't really do anything with yet in the Cellular. We can in the Mobiles, and this is, his arms are very tight. Wow. That's a little worrisome. That's like the tightest Ranger key arm I've ever seen. But this is one of the most gorgeous Ranger keys that I have ever had my eyes set on. Look at this thing. That is absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful metallic gold. It has so much detail on it. Oh, I'm so blown away with that. That is absolutely fantastic. Let's auto flip that thing. I don't know why I'm holding it below. It's a little... There we go. That was a little tricky to get that one to work. But it's funny because like this one will work in the Mobiles. It will say Gokaiger. But to unlock its sound in the Cellular, we have to wait until the Tweaker unit comes out in January, which of course I have ordered. But here is the Cellular itself. Yeah, that's very nice. So it's very similar in feel to the original one, which I'm, like I said earlier, going to compare them more better in the review, but I'm going to kind of scooch a little closer now. But yeah, I mean, they're very similar, the same size, essentially. The one that has the thing down right now is, this is the Memorial one, this is the original one. As you can see, the original one has, if I show the same side, the original one has that sticker there with codes and everything. The button on the back with the little, not button, but the little slider is like a metallic silver now compared to the original version. Obviously the battery compartment and on and off switch have been changed and covered up and everything. So this is what I was getting at with the battery thing. So the original Gokai Cellular took 3 LR44s, the little like circle watch batteries, which is like what a lot of electronic gimmicks and everything take for like Kamen Rider and stuff like that. And I didn't think that the Cellular Memorial Edition would do the same thing, because I figured that because of all the stuff they would have added, it would have to have been powered by more stronger batteries, but I was wrong. This is still powered by 3 LR44s, which is very interesting to me that they have kept that. So let's move the little dial up there. So the inside looks very nice. I'm a little worried. Ooh, that's a much... That is a good feel. Like this, I was a little worried that because of just, you know, the Cellular itself, it's definitely very much a fingerprint magnet on the front here. With that plastic is definitely going to attract a lot of fingerprints. But that button release now for the key inside, which Time Fire is the closest one next to me here. So if we put the key inside, yeah, I don't feel like that's going to get as stuck as it used to in the past. The key release, which I showed off terribly. I had it completely facing away from everybody, but yeah, I think that works pretty good. It still gets a little stuck in there, but I'm good with that. Has a nice click to it still. You can still kind of flip it open like that, which I like quite a bit. Yes. Now, if you're wondering what I just did there, that was me checking to see how bad, or not bad, actually, the gear noise is. So if you know anything about the original toy, it has this ridiculously awful sound when that lever goes down. It's the same kind of problem that's present in the original deluxe release of Gaim's Genesis driver, and that's something that this toy needed the upgrade for in the most regard, was fixing that problem. I see you. I see how that's gonna work. I'm sorry, I'm just noticing stuff on the bottom. But anyway, what I was saying is that here, it's so quiet. You're actually going to be able to hear the sounds of the toy now. So let's go ahead and take out this tab. But I still have to actually open it with like a pen, so I can actually get into the battery compartment. But I do believe that the batteries are already included, and I failed to get inside the battery compartment. They are included, the 3LR44s. That is significantly louder than the original toy. Let's go ahead and close that up. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a Gokai Silver Gokai change with this. So flip that open. Put that gorgeous looking metallic Gokai Silver key inside. Click the button. Ooh. Gokai change. Oh, that's fantastic. So like this is, man, the Gokai Cellular has always been one of my all-time favorite changers in just design, and Guy's one of my favorite Sentai characters. So, I mean, obviously, like, the Mobiarts was something that I absolutely loved how the Memorial Edition came out, but this is what I was really waiting for. This was a toy that really needed the upgrade, and I'm very, very happy that I got it. That's so nice. And just to kind of put it as a comparison, I will get the key out, which actually, that came out very nicely there. I think I have batteries in this thing. I do. You can hear how quiet it is in comparison. But you can put the Memorial keys inside the original one. So as you can hear, or maybe not because of how loud that gear thing was, it's very, very obnoxiously loud. And it just drowns out the whole sound of the key actually doing anything. But the Memorial one here is significantly louder, and obviously that gear noise is not a thing anymore. So, since I already have Time Fire sitting here in Ranger mode, I will go ahead and put him back in there as well. I clicked the phrase button. That's my bad. Sorry, Guy. Okay, thank you, Guy. Save that for the review. So yeah, I definitely switched to voice mode. So much louder. Alright, that's enough of that. I don't want to get copyright striked. But yeah, this is fantastic. So I'm going to have to play around with this thing, and we're going to have to show off everything it does in its review. But that is going to go ahead and do it for my unboxing of the Memorial Edition Gokai Cellular. So I love this thing quite a bit. Like I said, the key total is not going to be changing. Here it is right now on screen of what it was ever since the last episode of Project Unlock, which is funny because the last episode is not the last episode that I recorded. I've recorded one since the Morphicon one in this one, but I haven't been able to finish it yet. But hopefully that one will be out pretty soon. Probably sometime like early next week or whatever is when I should be able to get that one out. But I'm going to go ahead and work on my video review of the Gokai Cellular, so that can be up on the channel here pretty soon. And of course, check out other episodes of Project Unlock here on the channel, because I'm always looking for the next key. And of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LiveRangerKey or at LadyFigPR, and I'll see you all next time.